On today's show, we predict which Anarchy team will go to round 2. Brianne Chandler challenging for the team title, and who is the Cobra Chance Ellison. Schmoedown Nation Live starts now! Welcome everyone to the second Schmoedown Nation Live. This is the randomly scheduled Schmoedown sideshow in which we take hot topics from the world of the movie trivia Schmoedown and we discuss them in details. My name is Albert Viradharma, and before we go on, I just want to address a quick controversy that happened. Late last week, we find out that our title, by naming our title Schmoedown Nation Live, it's shortened for SNL. Apparently, there are other shows that have the name SNL also. We didn't realize that the sci-fi classic Supernatural Lemurs is also SNL. And of course, the well-known NBC Stars Never Left is also SNL. But we already make graphics and everything, so we're not gonna change our title at all. And yes, in today's show, I'm joined by two friends who you might know from the previous show. Let's just introduce them. First and foremost, we have Bob Prada, and this time he's enjoying the Italian air. How are you, Bob?
Thank you for having me, Albert. Last show, it was chaotic. Trust me, I was trying to stop them, but things just go awry.
Yeah, it was kind of a mess for a pilot, but talking about last show, let's introduce our next panelist. We have Sean Brody, once again in LA. Sean, how are you?
Hey Albert, thanks for having me back. I just want to say sorry and apologize. Things got heated between me and Tim in the last show, and yeah.
Yeah, that's all good, Sean. And despite the mess that was last show, I'm surprised by the amount of views that we got. We got more views than I expected, and there are positive reviews from you guys that you're saying that you enjoy it, and that's why you got another one so quick. And I'm overwhelmed by the support. So yeah, and talking about last show, we are unable sadly to get Tim on the show. Apparently he's training for his next MMA fight against, if I'm reading this correctly, based on the notes that they told me, it's Evan McGrady. And regarding Clark Walker, we haven't heard from Clark since his last appearance in the previous show, so if you guys know where Clark is, please contact us because we are legit worried about him. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get on with the show. We got several things to talk about today, including the team title match that's going to happen before the Anarchy team tournament. But before we get to that, I want to introduce a segment that I want to call What You Got, in which I will be giving you two options and I want to hear your choices and your picks for those options. Last Friday, we finally got the reveal of the randomized team for the Anarchy team tournament. And earlier today on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook group, Christian Harloff announced the matchup for the first round, not the brackets. Since the list is long and our choices and explanation could go on for ages, we have decided to choose our picks pre-show, and here are the results. I will individually go over each one that we agree on, and we will spend more times in the ones that we disagree. So we'll be going down the list in order. As you can see, the first one is Roca Morel versus Marshall Howard, and we all picked Roca and Morel to win this. They were both former singles champ, and Roca is a former team champ, and combined they have 4 title championships. Roca have 1 team title and 1 singles title, and Morel have 2 singles title. There will be lots of pressure for Morel and Roca, that's for sure, but we're pretty sure that they got this in the bag. Stacey and Winston, they are great players and they got good records individually, and if the luck are on their side, they can win it. but we still think that Roka and Merle got this in the bag. However, we are very excited to see both Stacy and Winston to be in the live show, not to mention Koi Janru should be there also. Up next, we got Snyder and Reiko versus Mance and Gerber, and we all agree that Snyder and Reiko should win this. Individually, they are on the top of the league, and as a team, they are one to watch out for. Mance is such a wild card, honestly. He knows his stuff, but his records say otherwise. And for Gerber, we have seen him in Superhero News. However, we do believe that we haven't seen that much of him yet, and all his performance doesn't really prove that he can beat the combination of Snyderan and Reiko. That's why we all pick Snyderan and Reiko to win this. Next up, we got JTE and Lon Harris versus the Wildberries, the only team that stick around for the Anarchy tournament. We all picked JTE and Harris, and we all agree that they are the second best team in the tournament out there. JTE and Lon Harris are colleagues in Screen Junkies, and individually they know so much, even though their personality in the Schmoedown are very different. And even though we have not seen them work together in the Schmoedown, we do believe that they will work together as a team now in the Anarchy tournament, because in the Screen Junkies, they actually are already working together. JTE knows his stuff. He is a former champ for a reason, and the professor will only teach him more than he already knows. We all agree with Viviani and Matt Nose winning over Brianne Chandler and Devon Stewart for their next matchup. And for the sake of this argument, we all agree to stick with the fact that Brianne and Devon will stay as a team and discuss with that situation of who will stay and who will not stay later. But for now, we all pick Bibiani and Nose because we feel like they're very much like Team Top 10.
Albert, can I just stop you right there? I know most likely Tim will beat me up for saying this, but Devon is not the best player in the world. I know he's a fellow Brit, just like Tim, but yeah, I don't think he's the best. I don't think it's very good at all, honestly. And didn't Brianne try to trade him?
Yeah, Bob, thank you for the interruption, and we will talk about the trade attempt later. But yeah, Bibbs and Matt Nose, they were former faction mates in the old Four Horsemen, but both knows their stuff really well. Now, this is the first one that we have in disagreement. This is Mark Riley and Ben Bateman versus Eric Zipper and Haley Fouch.
Yeah, now, this is obviously the best team out there, because Riley's great, former champ, obviously. Bateman's great, he's probably gonna be a future champ. But the main reason why this team is so good is because Dagnino, man. Bobby Gucci, Tom Dagnino. He knows his stuff. He managed the Patriots. This is going to be the future champ, their #1 team in my books. I actually think Eric Zipper and Haley Fouch will win this. And the reason is not because I think they know more than Bateman and Riley, but it's the opposite. I think Bateman and Riley does not fit together. They are a recipe for disaster, just like how Rachel Cushing and your guys gonna be a recipe for disaster. This one is another one. Plus now you add Tom Dagnino as the manager. This team is literally a ticking time bomb. I don't think this team will work at all. They are great individual players. I just don't think they will match. This is just like if you try to put both, let's say Shaquille O'Neal. No, actually let's do 2 point guards. Let's do Russell Westbrook and who's another ball hog? Well, James Harden, I guess. They're both 2 ball hogs. They won't be able to work well together. So yeah, with that and Tom Dagnino, they will not work well. And yeah, I'm sorry Matt Kearns, I know you're a fan of this team, but I don't think this team will win.
I did not even thought of that. But yeah, now I agree. I don't think Bateman and Riley fit in well. I was about to choose for them, but you sway me to the other way. I think Eric Zipper and Haley Fouch actually complement each other. Eric Zipper knows his comic books. Haley Fouch, based on her performance, she knows her horror, so I think they can complement each other very well. So I'm actually going to go with Eric Zipper and Haley Fouch in this one, even though I'm excited to see Dagnino, Mark Riley, and Ben Bateman interact together. Okay, so now once again we have the same pick, and it is the team that people have been saying as the best / most fitting / most complementary team out there. It is Drew McQueenie and Clark Wolf, and we do believe that they will defeat Movie Geek and Whitney Seibold. We all agree if Clark Wolf and Drew McQueenie stays as a team, they are going to go far in the tournament. They complement each other so well, and individually, they are definitely in the top 10 players in Schmoedown history. All three of us do not know that much who the movie geek is. However, we do know Whitney Seibold, and we know that he is very talented. But really, Drew McQueenie and Clark Wolf, they are just the perfect recipe out there, and if they stay as a team, they will definitely advance to the next round. One that has been making the most noise in the league right now is Mike Kalinowski and Chance Ellison versus Andrew Guy and Rachel Cushing. Without going deep, as we have a segment for that later talking about Kalinowski and Ellison, who do you guys got in this one?
I still don't know who this Ellis son guy is. I heard he is Mark Ellis' son. I don't know if that's true, but Andrew Guy and Rachel Cushing, that's a recipe for disaster right there. Plus, that captain guy, whatever his name is, Robbie Mayonnaise Bucket or something like that. I don't know, he's managing him. I'm not a fan of that guy. So yeah, I guess I have to go with Kalinowski and Ellis by default.
First of all, Bob, you gotta respect the captain, Robert Meyer Burnett. Second of all, I also don't know that much about Chance Ellison. I know he is not the son of Mark Ellis, that's for sure. And I know he knows his stuff because the Facebook page has been going wild since this announcement. I would say some are overhyping it, maybe, I don't know. Like, once again, I don't know Chance that much, but I guess Chance knows his stuff. We know Kalinowski knows his stuff. And then on the other side, we got Andrew Guy and Rachel Cushing, and I think I'm going to vote for them. Andrew Guy, it's hard for me to vote for him because it's rough. What he did to Dan Murrell, first in the free-for-all, second in the Collider collision. But after those twice event, I gotta respect Andrew Guy. I'm starting to like him a bit. Respect to that guy literally, and do I even have to explain why I'm choosing Rachel Cushing? So those two over Kalinowski and Ellison because they got a lot more to prove. This is a tough one for me. Both teams are very talented. On one hand, I'm such a huge fan of both Andrew Guy and Rachel Cushing. On the other hand, Chance and Mike knows a lot of their stuff. But once again, one of those players are unproven in the Schmoedown, so I have to go with Rachel Cushing and Andrew Guy for this one. And the last one, Ethan Irwin and Janine the Machine versus Alfonso Duralde and Matt Agati. We all agree that Ethan Irwin and Janine the Machine are both leading Rookie of the Year candidates this year, not to mention they're managed by Jay Washington. On the other hand, Alfonso Duralde and Matt Agati are above average players, but Irwin at this point is just a scary fellow, and so is Janine. So that was a lot, and without having any smooth transition to the next segment, here we go, the next segment. It is the Up-Down Report. I will say a statement or a headline, and I want you guys to give me thumbs up or thumbs down whether you agree or you like this or not. And the first one, up or down, Brianne Chandler challenging the Shirewolves for the team title. Alright, we are all in unison, thumbs up. We are happy that Brianne is finally cashing in her free-for-all belt and win. So yeah, I'll ask a follow-up question. I'll go with Bob. Who do you think is Brianne's teammate?
I honestly don't know what to think for this one. I've heard rumors that Drew McQueenie might be the teammate because he had to give up his team title belt. So if he's a teammate of Brianne, this is a chance for him to regain the belt back. So I guess Drew?
There's something that I take away from the post-game that sort of confuses me, and it's something that Brianne said. And I have it in my phone right here, and I'm gonna read it. This is what Brianne said, and I'm quoting. It's definitely time for ladies to win this belt, am I right? We don't know who you're playing yet. Actually, I might know who you're playing. Boom! And then she reveals that she has the free-for-all belt and that she is taking it. But yeah, the thing that confuses me is when she says it's time for ladies to win the belt. Is she referring to herself individually and the Shirewolves, or is she referring to the Shirewolves and her teammate? Because if she's referring to Shirewolves and her teammate, that means she's hinting that her teammate is a woman. So if that's the case, I'm thinking which single player that is also a woman that doesn't have a team yet, or like not associated with a faction. And the only one that I could think of that's active in the league and knows her stuff is Mara Knopic. Even though she's an inner geekdom, she did say that she knows a lot of movie stuff, and I did watch one of her AMA in Patreon, and she did say that she's willing to give it a try in the singles. So maybe one rising star with Brianne Chandler against Sharewolves, 4 females fighting it out in the ring. I think that will be interesting. So yeah, Mara Knopic. That's a good pick, Sean, and that's how I interpret it too. The way I see it, I think Brianne's going to have another female competitor along her side, and I think it's going to be Stacy. Imagine that though, 6 degrees forming back, even though Brianne's no longer part of Viper Squad. But imagine if Stacy just joined for one time only with Brianne, old friendship rekindle. I love them as 6 degrees, and imagine if that happens. That is my pick, Stacy Howard. Alright, up next, sticking with the team of Brianne Chandler. So this happened yesterday after the Anarchy team tournament is revealed. Brianne Chandler posted this tweet with a GIF looking at other people's Anarchy assignment and looking at mine with that GIF, and she follows up with a tweet offering a $500 trade agreement to whichever competitor is interested. Totally serious. So up or down, guys, on Brianne Chandler actually trading her teammate?
Are you guys morons? She shouldn't be allowed to trade her teammate. That's against why we did Anarchy in the first place.
I know, but imagine if she did though. Kalinowski will be furious. He already arranged all this stuff and then Brianne just messed it all up again. I know they had a strained relationship based on the post-credit stuff that we see between her and Kalinowski. But yeah, imagine if she did though. She'll be corrupting the corruption. And I just want to see a post-credit scene or post-match scene in which Devon is furious because he finds out that Brianne is trying to trade him. That's hilarious, man. And yeah, I'm also up not on the fact that she should be allowed to trade her teammate, but on the fact that she's actually considering doing this. Because yeah, I don't think she should be allowed to do this, but she's actually attempting to do it, posting it on Twitter. And even though she's saying I'm serious, I don't know if she's serious or not. But imagine if Devon saw this, imagine his reaction on it. And yeah, once again, I don't think it should be allowed, but I love Brianne for doing this. Alright, next, up or down on reserve player stepping in for Sharewolves or Brianne and her teammate. If you don't know what's going on in this week's Schmoedown rundown, it is revealed that Christian have planned a reserve or backup player to replace either the Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing from Sharewolves if they win the title, or Brianne Chandler and her teammate. So he have backup players. So up or down on the idea of having backup players for this tournament? Wow, really?
I just want to see Drew McQueenie and Andrew Guy team up because I frankly believe that Sharewolf will win, even though the Patriots should have stick around and battle Sharewolves. But I think the Sharewolves will win. And thus, that means Drew McQueenie and Andrew Guy does not have a teammate, and I want them to team up. There's a recipe for disaster, but I think that will be quite fun to see.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm down, because I like the idea of new competitor, but I want to see Andrew Guy and Drew McQueenie team up, because I agree with Bob. I think Sharewolves will win this, regardless who Brianne's teammate is, because Sharewolves on fire. But I want to see Drew McQueenie and Andrew Guy team up. It'll be so much fun to watch. I guess that's great and all, but we still need reserve player anyway, because we need 16 teams, and if that's the fact that you're saying, we only have 15 teams. So yeah, we still need reserve player, and with that said, I have a list actually right now that possible players that can replace. Of course, Mark Knopic, Gray Drake, Jason Inman, Jim Vivida, or Eric Goldman. From top that, we have Mark Donica, maybe he's going to play in singles, maybe he's not. Adam Gertler, maybe he's going to play. Real Rejects, John and Greg over there. Mark Ellis, maybe he'll be back. Mark Bernardin maybe, or Nick Scarpino. He's in San Francisco, so maybe not, but I still list him down anyway.
Mark Ellis should be in the tournament. He's an entertaining fellow to watch. I mean, baby carrots, who doesn't want to see that?
Gray Drake and Jason Inman will be a nice team up to watch. I think they face each other for the first time in their very first Collider match. Yeah, I agree. Gray and Jason would be a very nice pairing, or just both of them in the tournament. I would love to see that, Modok and Jason Inman, of course. And last but not least, up or down on the Cobra Chance Ellison being in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Yup, Yes, I guess. All thumbs up.
Once again, I don't know much about him, but it's great that he's in it. He's a fan or reactor or something like that, right? I watched the rundown the other day and I'm pretty sure Chris Clark referred him to the Dan Murrell of the underground Schmoedown League.
Yeah, I did my research because I got called out for my chance trivia. Apparently, I don't know him well enough in my previous videos, so I did my research and this is what I found. So he is part of a league that has a Facebook group on his own, also a YouTube channel called the Worldwide Movie Games Network, and it started out as a fan movie trivia Schmoedown League, and you can say that it has grown from then since then. So in that league, he is apparently the former Worldwide Movie Trivia, or formerly known as the There Will Be Trivia singles champion. He has a record of 4-0, and in all his matches he has performed outstandingly. And I said former because apparently he has retired from the singles division. He said that he want to retire while he is still on top. However, he is still playing in the team league. So with that said, I guess he's a terrific player and all, but I do have a slight worry for him. The fans and all his friends from the Worldwide Movie Games Network is giving massive support for him, to the point where saying like, oh, he's the best. Even at one comment I actually saw mentioning that he's going to make Dan Murrell look like a zero. So there are lots of expectations, lots of praise from his fans and his friends, and maybe that's true, but once again, he has never been in the Schmoedown before. Yes, he has done reactions, yes, he has reacted late to the party, yes, he has competed with the best of the best in the movie trivia, in the Worldwide Movie Games Network. But once again, this is the Schmoedown. You are under the bright lights, you are in the desk, Christian Harloff is sitting across you, you'll be sitting next to stars like Mike Kalinowski, and in this match in particular, you'll be sitting next to Rachel Cushing, you'll be sitting next to Andrew Guy, one of the biggest personalities in the league. So not only trivia, you have to handle all that, so there will be definitely a lot of pressure for Chance to prove himself, and the fans are saying a lot, so us as fans who are not familiar with him are expecting a lot from him. So I'm just afraid that that expectation and pressure will get to Chance, because if he loses, it's going to weigh with him the most. And I just want to say this, I talked to one of the fellow reactors, one of the fellow competitors in the league, Taylor Robinson, after she got her first match against in the 5-way, and she said that the lights just get onto her. She's sitting next to Jamie Costa and Jared Habon, and those are stars. So in this match, Chance is going to be sitting next to Mike Kalinowski, Andrew Guy, and Rachel Cushing. That's even bigger names, so it might overwhelm him. So I do love that he's in the league. I do love that the support is massive. But I'm seriously worried that the pressure might get to him and it might weigh him down, but hopefully he does well. Because if he loses, it's going to be like Dan Murrell losing to Andrew Guy. The expectation is going to go on Dan Murrell, and Dan Murrell is going to suffer the most.
Whew, you go on a rant right there, Albert. That's a lot, that's serious. But yeah, I do hope him the best. I have faith in the kid. Same here, Chance, if you're watching, good luck to you. The fans are all behind you. Hopefully you don't have that much pressure going in. Try to have fun. And Albert, please don't ever mention Andrew Guy beating Dan Murrell ever again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sean, but yeah, that is the end of Schmoedown Nation Live this week, which is the Anarchy edition. And don't forget to check out Movie Trivia Schmoedown this week. Depending on when you watch this video, you will either already watch or have not seen Rachel the Crusher Cushing versus Mara Knopik, and also Adam Hlavek versus Mike Kalinowski on Collider video. And before we leave, I just want to ask Bob, Sean, do you have the tickets to the live show?
No, I can't go there. I have to work. I got a business meeting in Thailand. I have to fly all the way there during that exact date. I'll be there, hopefully. I haven't got my tickets yet, but I am in town. I'm going to get the tickets as soon as possible. And yeah, I do saw your Twitter exchange with John Roca last night.
Yeah, man, that's why I brought it up. So you're definitely going to have to tell me what happened right after, because you know I can't go.
Got it, bro.
That is the end of SNL. What do you guys think of the randomization, Anarchy? Who is your favorite team and who you think will win the most and go far? What do you think of this show in particular? Tell me in the comment section below. If you enjoy this show and would like to see more, all you have to do is leave a like and subscribe. That way we know that you enjoy it, and we will consider definitely making more of these. So thank you guys for watching Schmoedown Nation Live, and once again, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to let us know that you enjoy it. And remember, movie trailers were originally placed at the end of the movie. That's why they were called trailers. Bye!